Went on to win it, so yeah, I suppose that was his best achievement really there. A bit lucky there, but yeah.
Just look over your shoulder. Guess who'll be standing?
Won a brilliant game, but went to the last leg. He had 2 darts to beat me, and I checked out 31, I think it was. No, I could have gave it a large one, but I didn't. But yeah, he didn't talk to me for about 20 minutes, but
I was hurting inside. Believe you me, we'll be gloves on, because he ain't beating me again this time, because I can't handle the...
stroll through.
Yeah.
Stroll through.
All the stick he keeps giving me.
If I try to pick him off, he'll pick me off just as bad.
You couldn't speed him up, he's just dead slow in anything he does anyway, kind of shit. Brain-wise, anyway. Probably wearing the same shorts and the same t-shirt, I should imagine. No, he said
10-0 up against you.
He said when he was younger that he always wanted to be a professional dart player. He's just dedicated to the game. Hopefully, 10 years' time, he's a wealthy man for it.
Driving me about to competitions. No, I'm joking.
People say we monkey around the way to places.
Dave Pearson's arm is out. It might not matter. It doesn't matter. If this goes on, Leicester, the champions, are still exactly that.
Another great moment in high definition.
From the producers of Warlords, Donnie Yen at his very best. Bodyguards and Assassins, out now on DVD and Blu-ray.
It's not just bingo at Foxy. I've also got my casino with over 75 games. Join today and get a tenner absolutely free. FoxyCasino.com. Go on, give it a whirl.
We've built our best pools ever. That's why we're first choice.
It's you, 11 Englishmen, against the rest of the world. A world that can't wait to dump you out and rub your nose in it. So be strong. And do it for your country. For the fans. For Bobby. Enough talk. Time for action. Men of England! It's time to join the Immortals.
If Carlsberg did team talks.
There's a new kid on the darting block. His name is William O'Connor. 2 victories today. He's just put out Frosty the Throwman 6-3 after that earlier victory over Stuart Monaghan. He's talking now to Rod Studd.
William, it's turning into quite a night for you, isn't it? Just sum up your emotions at this time for us if you can.
Unbelievable. I don't know. I don't know, speechless really, I don't know.
We just saw that terrific performance on the big stage when you averaged 93 and the 43% checkout. Sometimes it's difficult to raise your game again, but you've come here and knocked over Mark Frost, who's a very good player.
Oh yeah, well, without a doubt. He's a fantastic player. I wasn't really prepared for the game. I was down actually celebrating the first win, and I got called for the second, but no, I'm delighted with the win, and I'm overjoyed, really. I don't know, speechless.
How are you going to celebrate this one then? You've got a little bit more time in between this game and the next one, so is there going to be an even bigger celebration?
No, I got to sleep.
That's an open draw. I mean, who do you fancy? There's a lot of big names in there. I mean, are you looking to draw one of the big boys?
No, I'm not really. I mean, I'm not over here long. I haven't seen every dart player throw, but I don't see much difference between. Well, I won't say him now, but there's. The standard of darts is unbelievable over there. I mean, it doesn't really matter who you get. It's about making the look yourself, really, I think, and taking your chances when you get them.
Right, there you go. Well, we'll let you go and relax. get yourself rested up for tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow, William.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
William O'Connor in the hat with the big boys. Delighted to say he's back in the interview. Just about back, anyway.
I don't know about back. Come on. Simmer down a bit.
Well, it's been a while, hasn't it, since we've seen you get a
I've
victory.
been playing so well, and I go up there and I'm a bag of nerves. I'm trying to show everyone how well I'm playing, and you can't do that in one game. I've just got no composure at all. None at all. But it's getting there. I can still win games with no composure. So it's not like I've completely lost the plot. But I'm eating so many tons and what have you to get myself into positions. But what it is converting those positions into wins. And I haven't been doing that. So
what's been going on in your head then? Is it all a mental thing with your game at the moment?
Well, you know me, though. I've never been right, have I? I've always been slightly askew, if you like. But no, my game's been good, so I should be feeling positive and everything else, which I am. Backstage, when I was practicing with Peter Manley and Aaron Monk, we were playing games. I was playing really well. But you get me up there and I'm like, I'm the people that I used to play that were scared of me. I'm playing like them. I'm playing within myself. But all I've got to do is have one good win. You know what it's about, Rod? One good win, and I'm away.
Do you think that because you've not, done that well on TV, every time you lose at early stage, the next game becomes more and more pressure, then more and more pressure. So, probably if you could have got in the Premier League, playing that every week on TV would have certainly helped. These type of tournaments.
I totally agree. As you know, I've played in the Premier League for sort of so many years. Every time you do, you learn so much. Whether it be from the crowd, from the players that you're actually playing. But normally, you learn so much about yourself. And because this year I've sat there and watched it for loads of reasons. But one of them was that I wasn't good enough. And that was a big sort of boost to my career, if you like. Because you've got to realise sometimes that you're not the player you was. But for certain legs and certain games, I am the player I was. So I'm waiting for that to kickstart again. I know it's there. As I said, I've been playing exhibitions against Robert Thornton, beat him, Gary Anderson beat him, Tony O'Shea beat him, Steve Beaton beat him. This is all in the last 2 weeks. There's something there.
Nick McGowan, is a class player. And you've gone up there and you outscored him. You messed around in the doubles on a couple of matches, a couple of leagues, which is good, it's understandable, first round. But you're always going to have first round nerves. Your experience. Once you get over that first game, you've got to move on from there and think, well, I've been on the big stage, I've played well, I've beaten a good class player, and now just get there and...
It's nice to come up here and moan and won.
Yeah.
Normally I've moaned when I've lost. So that's obviously a good thing, because there's loads of things I can... Some I want to replicate, but also some that are just wrong. And composure is one of them.
There was some great... we've talked before, Wayne, quite a bit.
We have.
And you tend to talk about the bad things instead of just talking about all the good things.
From now on, Rod, I'm going to change.
So I was just
get a Rob Harrison
I'm going to change.
live on the telly. Hope you're enjoying it.
He's right.
Listen, you look around and the competition is this tournament more than ever. You see these young kids coming through. William O'Connor, you pointed at the telly when that interview was going on. You said he is class. He is class. There's so many good young players coming through now.
Well, that's what's so scary, though. We go to these tournaments every weekend, the pro tournaments in UK, to qualify for this great event, and it is a great event. And I've seen William O'Connor and Aaron Monk and Joe Cullen. I've seen these guys every week. They are class star players. But I must admit, William O'Connor absolutely frightens me. He's fantastic. He's going to do well. And if he don't do well, you're out of order, William. You're listening to him too much. He's brilliant.
Listen, I'll ask you this, Rod. Wayne is a big match player. We don't want to see him in the pack. We want to see him out the front runner like we've known him all these years.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we need characters in the game because sometimes, as sport gets more money and it gets more professional, sometimes the characters move away. Like what's happening in golf, you don't get that many characters. And certainly Wayne is a character. So we need Wayne, the showman back, but we also need Wayne that can handle it on the big stage as a real good professional dart player. The only thing he's missing is confidence. I've been there. That's why I'm sitting here and not playing, because you just lose your confidence. But sometimes it is that one match like today that gets it back. And you think, what was I worrying about? I've worried all that time about nothing. I'm happy. I mean, his darts are going in the board a lot better than they were. I mean, at one time they were really going in like this. Now they're going in a lot
Throwing
straighter.
with a bit of authority.
Yeah, a bit more harder.
Me and Rod have spoke about this, and I've spoken to loads of players, and I'm throwing with confidence. But what I've got to do is convert it into a couple of wins.
Did you ever pay for this advice?
To be honest, I think it'd be £3 something. But no, I'm happy we're getting through, and now tomorrow I can relax tomorrow. I want to relax tomorrow.
And you don't want to be playing William O'Connor tomorrow?
Last time I played him, I put him off and beat him.
Listen, this sport needs your Eric Bristows, your Phil Taylors, the Andy Fordhams of this world, the big characters, and Wayne's another one of those.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the Premier League is built for people like Wayne, you know, because they're a different crowd to the normal dart fan. And certainly for the Premier League, we need the Wayne Mardles, the Peter Manleys. You know, we need them. Perhaps Paul Nicholson, you know, he gets up there, winds the crowd up. You know, we need people that are going to react with the crowd. And sometimes people like Wayne and Peter, the more that they react with the crowd, sometimes when they get on a run, they play better anyway. You know, the shots out are better and the scoring's better. And it's all part of the steps that go up instead of the steps that come down.
Still quite a bit of action going on around the boards. Aaron Monk on the main stage. His dad Colin is already through. Tell us about Aaron Monk, Wayne, because he's someone you bumped into on the circuit
Well,
quite a bit.
I'm great mates with Colin, and Aaron, we sit with each other sort of most weekends, just for the sake that we've all got a kinship, basically. I've known Colin for years, and Aaron is a class dart player. But another one, he can suffer with confidence. He really can. But he won the Hampshire Open last week. He won an Open.
Came through a field of 500 to win that.
He's a class dart player, and he's only about 20. It's just so wrong. It's so wrong. If I had a kid like that, I'd never let him out of the house. I'll tell you what. No, he's just at 180 there. He's a class dart player, and he can go a long way in the sport. And he's got. I know I mentioned about confidence, but his attitude is, I'm a better dart player than you. And I'll tell you what, there's not a lot wrong with that.
Don't you think all these youngsters have got a great attitude though?
Brilliant.
Louis
I totally
Brundle,
agree.
you know, Joe Cullen, they've all got that, I ain't scared of you. You know, in our day, you always played against people that were actually a bit scared of you, so you always didn't have to play brilliant.
I've never seen Colin but looking as anxious as that. He's stepping around looking at it, he can hardly watch.
They all think they're going to win. These kids all think they're going to win. Now, Rod will tell you, you cannot get a better attitude than that. And Nick Fulwell, this is a nightmare draw for Nick Fulwell.
And he's a good player, Fulwell.
Exactly.
No mug on the dartboard.
It's one of them sports where it doesn't matter how young or old you are. If you think you're good enough, believe me, you can.
Got a good throw as well.
Look at that, so solid.
It is what we call a solid throw. You know, there's no moving parts, only that arm.
Colin back in the day had the most solid throw I've ever seen in my life.
60.
And obviously Aaron's he's inherited that straightness.
Yeah, I mean it's straight back under the right eye and a good strong release. You know, a real good extension of the arm
really
as well.
It really is.
44.
How old were you when you won your first tournament, Wayne?
It was on my 12th birthday. So I waited at least 4 weeks before I picked a dart. Me personally, I took to it like a duck to water. I just got on with it, and because I've been watching my dad Billy for so many years.
Yeah.
So I was going to learn some good traits, obviously. But me personally, I can imagine how my dad must feel at times. Cause
your dad's one of the most animated.
Yeah, he's a bit of a lunatic, really. He's a bit of a loon. But I can imagine how Colin feels watching him, because
it must be murder for
you can see the pain he goes through. You can see the pain.
That drifter, just the concentration went for a second.
That's good stuff from a young kid. That's good stuff.
To step back and
rather than just throwing. What's the point in just throwing when you're not comfortable?
Well, sometimes what happens, Dave, it's very hot up there, probably 100 degrees. You get the sweat on your fingers. So if the first one slides, it's no good throwing the second one the same. You know, stop. Just wipe your hands on your trousers or something. You know, and then get back up there. You know, you don't want to follow a bad dart with another bad dart.
I've been a pro now for so many years, and Rod was. And here tell you, we've thrown darts that should never have been thrown. So any young kid that wants to go out there and take his time, that's good by me.
That's what I like about Kevin Painter as well, always steps back. Sometimes, especially going for a double, you know, it's a good thing to do.
He throws when he's ready.
Do you think this is the hardest of all the tournaments, to win? Or?
Personally, I think it's the most demanding and most gruelling, but I think if you're really on form, yes, it can actually help you. It can help you. For one reason, it's over in 2 or 3 days. But you've got